Interesting, 100 Thieves was able to get it. I'm still excited to get it to Haven. They're both very, very good on it, but it's split, and it is a big push towards A. Althorp on main here to start things off.
That's right, so the wall comes up early, but you already saw in the attack, Loud has 3 Frenzies, a Sheriff, and a Ghost. Big way to break that wall very, very quickly. But Loud decide to pull back towards sewers to take mid control.
Still have a good lurk by Tui's here. Just figure out where the stars are going to go. That'll probably tell the story for the rest of this round from the side of Loud. They start to take that B main control. Still have great lurks around the map, especially audio cues that you can grab as our first kill comes from Bang and Evan. He's mailed that one quite quick.
And that makes me remember.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about it in a bit. We got some action.
Wow.
Sue's now towards this mid take. A flank behind from Asuna with the Frenzy. Continuing Frenzy versus Frenzy. A trade-off though from Sadak. No support behind because it was a flash that's coming out instead from Derek. Meanwhile, with the hit towards B main, Bang anchoring towards this B site. And Carl grabs the last kill, so another pistol that comes in favor to start things off on the second map this time around for 100 Thieves.
Great job on the site clear. I want to note that play by Asuna, though. Really great patience. Was running right into 2. The moment he realizes it's danger zone, backs up, plays in 8, and waits for his team. Absolutely saving that round and just controlling 2 of the members aloud. So good personal play there coming out of Asuna to start this one off. They're going to have decent money to buy into this second round. Loud is kind of milling about that A. Looks like they all just want to come from the sewer side as they start. Same setup for Loud as the first round, except for the wall take. They have this 1-3-1 going through the map. And it's not stopping too much.
Oh, it's quick.
Yeah, this is the util. This is the get in their face, push pull. Where can we get it from? A nice push here already by Les. Has walked up ramp and they secure Heaven of A. But can they get the site? Stellar still waiting.
In the back of map with this Spectre. There is support from Derek off that rotate. Yeah, but the wall bangs are not connecting. Now Stellar's under heavy trouble. Still flicks around for 2 kills, but meanwhile his teammates are falling on the top of A Heaven.
I got the spike.
Somehow it becomes a 2 versus 2. And the Spectre's picked up by Aspas as he goes in for the plant as well.
Planted.
Double satchels, full util for Aspas. Not full, but util for Aspas. They're going to try to play this close. Just about the same HP on both sides.
It's not planted for less, but that's a nice flick by Aspas and dash up. Bang makes it a 1v1. Looks up and spots the last player. That's Les jumping around, trying to shoot here off the Sheriff that he picked up.
One more shot.
And he still gets it.
Ooh. What a round. Even with that bit of identification at the end. They might have known that Les was up top due to Aspas's movement, but it didn't matter. The eco fan's silly. That's not what 100 Thieves needs coming off of Ascent there. Loud already put their mark on this game just the second round in. Vamos, indeed. Fraud very happy with that. And his team. And that was the walk up towards mid. Draw a little bit of utility, and then they went through vent. So we'll see how much room Les gets throughout these rounds, because Les was very big there to be able to call the team back into A Heaven. This one, they're going to work together and just try to anti-eco whatever 100 Thieves has ready. See them pushing out into mid a little bit. Loud giving some respect here.
Yeah.
They don't want to get caught off or give 100 Thieves any inch back in with a lost gun or a weapon on the ground.
Maybe giving too much respect though, because 100 Thieves are able to get some nice mid control.
Pretty far up.
At least they have the weaponry towards the A site. Where there's only Stellar waiting here with the classic. Spotted already as Aspas opens it up. Now the site is clear. So he's looking for the lurk kill. Easy one onto Asuna.
Patience pays off, huh? And contact play into A. So really not alerting 100 Thieves to anything so they can flood the site with this Sentinel util and making sure they're right up on their opponents before they attack. Nicely garrisoned into A. They can see how much power they have. Tui's is still way across the map, making sure there's no far lurk or I wouldn't be saves to this round, but anybody coming in late.
And that's why you're giving that respect to 100 Thieves. They could do the same thing that you just did to them on that previous round. But at least with the clock ticking down for the defense half, you're just trying to make this expensive. Bang setting up for the exit as he drops though. Off timing gets picked off by Aspas. Round still gonna come in for Loud. We've done a bit of damage at least. From the defense onto the attack.
Yeah, Kawanzin and Last will have to rebuy. Let's see what that does to him. Not a whole lot. As the rest of the team just has to rebuy that armor. Bladestorm again online early. Bladestorm was what changed Ascent for Loud last time.
Yeah.
100 Thieves had a bit of a grip on the game. Aspas with Bladestorm, thank you very much. And they basically started to run away with rounds.
Yeah, and that's when they were trailing behind, but this time around,
Now they're
getting
ahead.
that thrifty round.
Yeah.
So 100 Thieves into this buy. A very important one for them too, because if not, they're going back into another eco into next.
Just that much more weight from Aspas's ultimate, knowing. But Asuna drops less to start this off, so they know that Lurk is going to keep coming through, right? Already. They're going to play off of it.
And this is big, because that's no lurk wall. So any stars that come down for smokes coming up may be the convincing push to where Loud's attempting to take. It's Tui's, the smoke player so far, off the tap. The satchels misses. Asa still looking to chase, hunt down the kill. But at least gains that position, that map control, funneling everybody from Loud back towards the A site. Big flash from Derek to get the info onto A Heaven. Bang's looking to peek for the kill. Derek, though, still fights back from the elbow. Dash in from Aspas, a flash from support. Beautiful one to fight inside that smoke. And that's Bang the fall.
So reliable. Aspas entering the site, you can always count on it. It's ridiculous. Again, they're opening it with just the guiding light coming through, and now 100 Thieves.
Spike planted.
To reset. 3v3. No, they have the nade to displace. Cryo goes down. It's going to be tougher now.
It's always the support around Aspas too. The nice flash from Kawanzin. The lurk from Tui's once again. And Stellar's looking to save his Phantom. As it crosses over, Tui's is still waiting, and that's no weapon save.
Jeez. It looks very reminiscent of how Loud played the Ascent match. They got to their position, they held, waited, and then Aspas go. Util follow over the shoulder, and they are in on that activation button. 100 Thieves playing in sight, trying to guard that one. A little tough. They played out of sight. Haven't been able to do much. Loud is doing a really good job at working the map and keeping 100 Thieves guessing. Here, more of a default for the first time that we've seen from Loud. You see what they do for 100 Thieves eco round here.
Go get him.
Eco round is a lot of pressure towards mid.
Yeah.
Sadak's pushing two of those players that were stacked up for that pinch from Vince. So they could just spray through the Trailblazer to get some info. It stuns onto one, and now the flick from Stellar cannot get the connect from the stinger that he purchased. Krassel still trying to get the angle in, but Sadak stops him. So things are looking pretty good for Loud to convert this round. Aspas even on the lurk from behind. There is that flash for support once again.
Oh.
And there's only one left. Bang with his own stinger. At least gets that one.
And you can see that Sadak even catching Stellar off guard there as our final fight comes through from Les's lurk. And that Sadak went into mailroom. Stellar thought that blast pack either went into the corner of mid or to his teammates in vent, so he came around to help. But really, it was the aggression of Sadak pushing forward. Instant kill there. Yeah, they're not expecting a lot of this aggression as it happens. They're thinking there's a few more feet to play with, a little bit more room to express a strat, but no, Loud isn't having any of it. Operator attack, Bladestorm up here from Aspas as we are on to round 6. You can see the Cosmic Divide coming in big, usually used over towards B for a lot of rounds. Looks like they may focus the spike that way. But lurk hold in mid too. Kawanzin ready for Asuna push.
And for the Thieves, there is definitely that support towards that B main. Maybe trying to get a timing to pick up an orb, which would be important for Derek for the retake plays. 400 Thieves, because they have their own Cosmic Divide to play the retake. There's that Trailblazer spotted off first, now open area.
Get out of my way.
That's now Derek moving forward, picking up the orb. Seeker's now ready, pops it right away. So that's going to be potentially Loud. Identifying that and looking to push right into the A site. But it stays calm for now. Operator on the attack in the hands of Aspas.
All three Seekers taken out by just Hui's and Vent too.
Cryocells with the first blood, but instantly traded back by Aspas. Cryocells with the third one!
Spike down.
Play aim labs into the bottom of heaven, into the top of the window. As Sadak looks to answer back. Dropping down towards hell, looking for the spray. Cryocell looking for the fourth kill into the round.
Still divide.
Last player standing.
Committing into it. Sadak falls back instead. Trying to get a timing for a
30
spike
seconds
plant.
left.
But with the rope now.
No
Thankfully, there's
util.
a cosmic divide, though, that masks all of that information. And when he comes in for that plant, the showstopper will be ready.
No way to bounce around,
Spike
just
planted.
the pressure creator right now. Does he try to aggro? Oh, what a tricky spot to play. He knows the timing cannot be on his left side yet, which is why he's so focused up top. But now, yeah, it's a guessing game.
Keeping him close. Here's the footsteps. Trying to find a better angle. Trying to catch one off guard. But 100 Thieves pick up a clean round thanks to the hold from Cryocells.
Yeah, that was incredible battle sage coming out of Cryo there. Beautifully holding down the site. And that's the first time we've seen 100 Thieves on this one be able to kind of hold that site without their utility usage. That came
Spike
down to the
down.
firepower. A lot of the times you'll see Loud winning that battle right there. Not against Cryo today. A big round coming up for them, and it's going to be a timeout for 100 Thieves as Mike's wants to keep that momentum going, some reassurance, because it is going to be tough. Last time we had the wins for 100 Thieves, Loud does something a little more funky. To pull out your util, to make it look like they're hitting a site that much more, and take it right back.
Yeah.
Take your win away and reset the money again. And that's where that's where your game can get really out of hand.
A little bit of a confidence, some cushion on a retake that's finally successful for 100 Thieves, but that's off, what, a 3 versus 1 that we had before? But what's plaguing them as well for the Thieves so far is the not able to convert 5e4s. They lost 2 already out of 6 on this map. Loud always being able to answer back off first bloods coming out here from 100 Thieves.
I mean, that was their first retake of the map, right?
Yep.
So
That's
you
true.
can see how it's going for 100 Thieves right now. Loud's in, they win, and we get to the next round, rinse and repeat. Round 7 coming in now. Ultimate's pretty ready here. 100 Thieves may be able to try something a little crazy if they can get their battle res in. And Spike focus one more time towards A.
And that timeout maybe have been taken advantage by Sadak and also by Fraud, because we have a showstopper ready for Sadak. But to start off the round, there's a bit of pressure towards mid from a Sky Flash up towards the vents. So the default mid pressure coming out from Loud. They're looking to pinch back towards the A site. And this showstopper is going to come in from heaven. 100 Thieves already knows that. Look how passively they're playing inside this A site.
Yeah, all those traps. Just waiting for friends to come on by and say hello. Trailblazer into B Heaven. Townsend doing a little bit of clearing here as they are still trying to work that spike towards A, so a little deterrent. Here we go for Sadak.
Satchel in, the flash, shoots it right away. But as he lands, Stellar's already moving inside the site. Trip to actually trap one as he's looking for a spray. Will get it on the Tuies. And now so the dancing around the cages, and we're left behind by Stellar.
Down A.
And it's a Stellar hold for 100 Thieves.
You don't say. You don't say. Cryo 1 round, Stellar the next. And they're ready. They're ready to give up A Heaven. That's been a lot of what we see in the current meta. It's not a flush into the site or getting in there immediately. It is into Heaven, hold Heaven, waterfall into site, and have screens. So 100 Thieves is ready for that. Stellar's been playing back site the majority of these rounds with traps set up for that team to get slowed on the way in. And then you get collapsed on by the rest of 100 Thieves.
The initial play was good, though. They had that Trailblazer that he used from middle with that star that was left on B, having to keep 100 Thieves there. Let's hold that thought. It looks to be very quick for Loud as they're looking to activate behind the Seekers.
Oh, they do.
Trailblazer break one of the traps. As Stellar is holding towards screens. There is support from Heaven as 3 players from 100 Thieves are up there, waiting for the smoke to dissipate from both the A ramp and also the window. There is that retake wall coming out for the defenders, but all of Loud playing inside of this pit with one late lurk. Sadak still gets the first blood onto Cryocells, and it's a bloodbath inside of this pit. Still it's Loud on the upper hand.
Getting some frequent flyer miles there.
Pulling, knocking them.
All Stars plays down. Gravity well. Cosmic.
One enemy remaining.
But it's still gonna be
Oh
the
my
ruckus
gosh.
out. A great hold from Loud on a pulse plant.
I said we don't see
Can't
many
use
of
that
those
yet.
now, but yo, we just did. Straight into the site. No hesitation from Loud.
Ended.
And
One
we
enemy
see
remaining.
just how scary that can look. Yeah, Loud has definitely figured out what was plaguing them on this map, being able to have a much better scoreline than basically the last two plays that they were able to come out with, and feeling comfortable, the team working together so well. And Aspas, again, just controlling this game. That hero aura is true for him. 13-5 now as we get another buy round. It is a low buy for Asuna, but Showstopper's ready. Les will stay on the flank, and mid gets pressured again. Both Stars already set up to get more position in mid from Loud. And honestly, Vansili, they haven't done as much utility extraction from 100 Thieves as they thought they would. It's actually Loud feeling confident if they've Trailblazered or Guiding Lighted the space, and then they take it.
Yep.
That was just one slow there, and they're still happy to move forward.
This time's a little bit different for 100 Thieves, though. The utility is being used back. Try to push back that aggression, that default.
Yeah.
From Loud's control up on middle.
There.
A map where 100 Thieves has been looking quite strong on defense, but this time around against Loud, trailing behind by 2. And speaking of trails, that is going to be the Trailblazer out from Kawadzin
Good push.
to allow Loud to push towards main, but there's the hole from Tui's, dropped by Asuna. All the rest know of Loud coming in from the B, having Showstopper on the defense in the hands of Asuna, and he's just waiting the whole time, waiting for Sadak to move forward, and catches him. The advantage out now for 100 Thieves, a 2-player advantage. A res
30
available for
seconds left.
cryocells. As Aspas is just holding towards the spawn. Plant is going to be safe. As 100 Thieves are slowly inching in for the rotate. Waiting for the right moment for all of them to flood back into the site, and there you go. Kawadzin decides to fight back. Low on HP on a 4 versus 2 in favor of 100 Thieves. Kawadzin looking for a timing, lands onto that one. And it's up to the lurk now from Les. But he's gonna get less than a kill. Derry stops him, and 100 Thieves finally, they get a strong defensive hold once again.
Ooh, 100 Thieves getting a much needed round here. Looks like we could actually get a 6-6 first half. Bring up the scoreboard, see how the last few happened. Yeah, so it was 100 able to get their timeout win, right? And then it's still Loud coming through, so back and forth in these last ones. Puts the economy in a pretty weird place for Loud here. They're going to be calling a timeout as we get into this round, although with buys, this could be a flip of the map for 100 Thieves to grab quite a few rounds, maybe even the last few. Oh, hey, look it. Aspas leans back. Fill it in on your bingo cards. All right. Fraud going to chat with the team and let them know last few rounds need to happen here. I think it could be a chat about how little 100 Thieves is actually pushing the extremities and how much that Loud may be able to work off that. One of the rounds or few that we have seen Asuna push, or a few of the other members, 100 Thieves have gotten pretty great information to be able to secure the round.
Correct. The only thing that was difficult for them when you saw how Loud was taking a huge advantage at the beginning of this half was because 100 Thieves got grifty. So you had to work that economy back into your favor. You had to try to do some crazy plays onto your ecos, and it just didn't come into fruition to do that damage. So 100 Thieves were really trailing behind economically. And thankfully, now that it's right, we're able to fight back.
Yeah.
Make this only a one round lead for Loud.
Aspas, still good. Double 2Es right now, or anybody else. That's how you know you're having a confident game. And he wants to close this out too.
Another day in the office for Aspas, pretty much.
Confidence face. Always.
Viper,
Well,
be
actually,
careful
don't know
with
if he
that
has
gas.
yet, so you can't mark that down on your bingo sheet, on your Vamo.
But let's change things around. 100 Thieves off this timeout. Look at the positioning from Stellar, the utility that's being used. Using trap wires on both ends of the vents and towards B Heaven. And Krausow playing the off angle. And with support from Derek, they both win that 2v2. Off angle being played after it gets shot off on the trip. Asuna's make it a little bit more comfortable for 100 Thieves into this round.
Trail.
Now Seeker's invested actually on the attack. Camera doesn't
There's
get the ping.
another.
But it's gonna have to be heroic plays from these Loud players. The support system off the shorty, but that's two players waiting for him there. Spike is now down. Tui's made it in somehow inside this B site. The flash, though, he hides inside the nebula. Clearing towards the back of the site, but he clears the wrong angle. And that's Bang to get the backstab, and we're tied up 5-5.
Looking happy after that round. And the money is not looking good for Loud. It's exactly what 100 Thieves needed. They come off a Loud's timeout, they say thank you very much, and they start to run away with some rounds possibly here. And this is where 100 Thieves needs to be patient, because I feel like Loud's very good at figuring out what 100 Thieves is doing, getting that 5v4, and then just running away with the round once they're able to get Ospas dashing into a site. Loud is such a different team when they're in the post plan. Not having guns almost doesn't matter. They're that scary. This is a beautiful push, though. Start to control the round as 100 Thieves gets an idea that it won't be an insta rush, and that can definitely let everybody get that pressure feel off. Make these shots count as they get into the site.
Could have been dangerous, though. That was Cryocells looking for that first peek, and he has that res available. Did get some damage done against him, forced the fall back, puts the wall up into self-heal. And that's going to delay the clock a little bit more. And that's probably going to press Loud to try to make it a play.
I wonder if they run back here, deliver a bit of util, and go back to Les. He is so far forward in A heaven right now. It'd be a long run if they go through vents. It looks like they're pretty committed to this right now. They actually just pinged Les. I think they might have seen him on the cam.
But it doesn't matter for now. Loud looking to entry towards this B site. Hiding towards the back of the site is going to be Bang, who does get the headshot at Kawazine.
B. One enemy
the support
remaining.
system from the top of heavens. Exactly, as you mentioned now, Riv, the camera's spotting Les to know exactly where he's at. Rotation comes out to protect the spike. It's up to Les only with the Sheriff. Singularity. Single person.
You're on a roll. You won't stop today.
You know, it's dad jokes. I'm getting old, man.
10 seconds left.
Probably gonna go down with this.
You have to. You have to. You can't let the 1,000 credits come back here on the save. Peeks out. Derek stops him, and 100 Thieves. They take the lead.
6-5. And this is pretty impressive, Vansili. We gotta talk about that second round was won by Loud. 100 Thieves got pistol. You mentioned it earlier. You can still see it on the board there. The second, third, fourth, and fifth went to Loud, but 100 Thieves, maybe even making this a 7-5 still. Is where you're pretty happy when you're winning on defense, as you should on this map, but to come back after losing the second, it's spelling good things for 100 Thieves. They're definitely coming together.
And the comeback is finally converting these 5v4s, getting these first bloods. Overall, 8-3, going head-to-head against Loud on first kills and first deaths.
Get out of my way.
But despite all that, it's still only a one-round game on this first half of Split. And Loud looking to pressure towards this A site. And the positioning, the utility from Stellar, once again, well read. Into A. Satchel in, stopped by the trap. The Blade Storm doesn't get a kill. The Trailblazer, and then a Snake Bite forces Stellar to melt down. But Derek is still in the back of the site. Somehow Loud still opens it up. Pressure up towards the A ramp. A 2v2 ensues up there. But it's Loud with the 4K.
Okay.
And we end the half 6-6. Wow. Okay, that's how you fight.
That's why you just don't know from round to round, Vansili. Loud had been playing slow. 100 Thieves getting a bit of retake after the hits. And then off the rip, Loud have a round, and they just slap you down like you're in the shooting range. It's so hard to tell what kind of confidence they'll bring from round to round. But it's like, if you make them mad, you should probably be worried.
All right, GB, and the desk. What do you make of this? Does 100 Thieves stand a chance?
Hey, man, any given Sunday, anyone's got a chance. But for right now, though, 100 Thieves and Loud tied up on Split. And it looked like it was going to go pretty good in the beginning for 100 Thieves. They got the first round. You're like, all right, let's see. Pistol round secured. And then they lost, and then they got thriftied in round 2. And then you thought that was going to be the tone setter for it. But 100 Thieves brought it back, Mel.
That thrifty was hard to watch, but the fact that they're able to bounce back, they had a rough start afterwards as well, but they've had a great recovery the last 6 rounds, like a 5-1. And I think what really they started to make that shift was when they kind of stopped playing on site and they started playing more towards like that retake. More towards B, they were able to fly a bit better. I saw like nice combos with the suck and the nade and some sage throws and peeking off of each other. But towards it, they found more success playing retake.
And that was so impressive because, like you said, it started really rough. Those rounds where they were trying to play on site, like round 4, very early on, it was really falling apart. In this one, you see 2 players are trying to fight on anchoring this A site together, but the spacing is off. Bang goes into his smoke, not ready for Ospas to be as far up, and Derek as well just takes a 1v1 and loses it. These are the same issues that were cropping up on Ascent, where one gap would be created, they'd lose a pick, and then players would kind of try to panic to find the play to get back into the round. But despite that, a map and a half of failing in that way, they recovered, and like you're saying, looked so much better in the second half when they realized that their game plan needed to be playing into those flood retakes versus anchoring.
And I think, too, trying to play on site is kind of a trap against a double duelist. Because you look at this comp, you know, technically they don't have an omen. They don't have that blind. They don't have that breach to set them up. When you're playing against, like, Sadak and Ospas who are entering, they're just, like, winning these straight-up aim duels. It's good for them to, like, cut the ego back. They're like, yo, let's just play retake. We have a solid retake and just go into something that'll win for them.
But in the second half now, it is Loud on their stronger side. They've been, well, actually, kind of. They've been good on the attack and on the defense. But the retakes are what are great here. And they've also been winning a lot of pistol rounds. 2 for 3 right now in the series. 6-6. 100 Thieves not out of it yet.
Yeah, well, Vansili and Riv asked the question, can they find a way? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Vans, Riv?
Thank you so much, GB. Yes, indeed. Sometimes we want to pass it to GB so that they could predict the future, but we'll just let the game play itself now as we start the second half between 100 Thieves and Loud. Loud's now on the defense, 100 Thieves onto the attack. We're looking once again at the buy. 8 frenzies into this round and a shorty for Aspas.
Friends everywhere. A shorty for Aspas. Do we have that? Oh, we already got one from last map, so that's okay. We're fine on the bingo card there, or the Vamo card. Where are they starting? What's the play? Actually, 3 towards A here for Loud. A little bit of check mid as Les uses his orb. See that quite commonly come out from the Vipers. And maybe a mid to B strategy here to start things off, paying attention to the extremities here and how much util is used. Trailblazer already on A, so no Loud's going to start pinching in the rest of the map. Here they go.
Saw the position there from Derek using that Trailblazer, faking going into the mail to look back towards the vents and spotting 2 players there. There's that wanted to show for 100 Thieves to split towards his B site. We're looking to hesitate for a bit. Flash then comes out. There's the wall, but the rotation already comes out for Loud. 2 players on top of B having paint shells to come out, but it's Austin with the first blood, but a post-mortem kill. The Sadak and Aspas answered back by Derek. It's a bloodbath all over the place, but still the advantage comes out for the Thieves. Oh, he lives or misses the shots. That allows Kerosene to reel out the frenzy. The timing on that one, so he knows where both players are. The high-low, and it's gonna be Loud saying hello.
Interesting round. Really touch and go there for a moment. I thought 100 Thieves were going to have that sight, but it was just Collinzine being tricky, jumping around and keeping himself alive for the 2v1 situation. A nice play overall, both squads. I think Loud did a good job at figuring out the extremities to pinch on 100 Thieves faster than they wanted their strat to be known. A little bit more map coverage. Be staving that off. Second round, Marshall already. And it looks like they actually leave the extremity open now. So this is what they're doing to stop that from happening again. At least having the camera on the right side to know when that push could possibly come in. A guiding light identifies no one's there. They're going to push up and get free orbs on A all day, I think. There's another guiding light as mid is being played here by 100 Thieves slowly around the map. Yeah, those orbs are Sadok's right now.
Moving right into Aspas' Marshall. Aiming down the sight. Taking a passive angle. There's the first contact. Activating the dash. Never afraid to re-peek. There's the second one. Goes for the third.
Re-peek?
Almost a wall bang.
He's reloading and he stays!
And the fourth! And gets the ace with a second no-scope!
Vamos! Fill out your bingo card!
I mean, it's probably full at this point.
Holy shnikes. Just let this one play. Let me reload a few. Perfect.
One enemy remaining.
It almost felt like he threw the bullet.
I don't know. I just don't. And look, cold. Just another day at the PC. Wow.
Well, Thankfully, it was an eco for 100 Thieves.
Concealment.
True.
Opportunity to answer right back now that they have stronger rifles. But Sadak does have this judge. He's playing it towards his mail. Trap on the bush. Stellar looking for that. And couldn't punish Aspas, who has to fall away with 61 HP. We'll probably get the heal there from Kawadzine, but for the rest of the Thieves are looking for the push into B main.
Sadak's drawing attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100 Thieves are smart on this. They're falling back.
That would have been a massacre if they decided to go out. Still watching that flank, right? The timing of somebody trying to get a backstab on this play is very possible, and Sadak's walking up to the wall. I don't think they're going to pressure out of that crossfire. Aspas could just pop out like a jack-in-the-box here, and somebody finds a dagger. 28 down.
Scary. Remember, back and forth ascent, but thankfully the trade's right there. Arsenal falls. So that's no satchel to enter towards the site.
30
Now
seconds
you have to
left.
move in as a group. Stellar looking for the opportunity to lurk. As the rest of the team follows behind with only 20 seconds left on the clock. And there's the full execution. And everything is being cleared, even from a flash. Clearing towards the back of the site. Elbow being face checked by Stellar.
10
As 100
seconds
Thieves
left.
will get the plant down.
Look at this. They wait for Sadak to get to vent. Could put that judge up front so they can clear the way and split the pie as they make their way into A heaven. Very far back for less here. They're all waiting for the team to get in as they flood this site. Great positioning here by 100 Thieves. This should be a locked up round for them, based on how they're set and the ways they're getting a little tossed up with the ways they're looking now.
You never know. Bang's already down to 20
Wait a minute.
HP. Crowd's playing the off angle and a double swing, but does get the lineup. And there you go. I just wanted to make sure, Rid, that you weren't caster cursing at this point.
It's good. He stopped me.
Last player standing.
Nice final kill coming out from Stellar. That's going to make less fall back for a bit. Spike is going to go off. And that's the round coming in for 100 Thieves.
A big one. Confident round, too.
The fight on A main? Not going to happen.
Nobody's a hero when they're crying.
I feel like that just ends up more trouble when you realize you needed that gun in a few rounds. Aspas, operator on defense here. Looks like you're going to set up maybe at B or towards mid to start.
That's the X factor for sure. The scary part now. Aspas on the operator.
He's got like double the op kills of anybody in VCT Americas.
Yeah.
It is something that he goes for all the time. And the Marshall facilitates that. Low by Marshall for a few rounds. You have off money right away, so you can always see Aspas trying to economy his way to an operator each game. Pretty passive play from Loud on this one, having pushed up on A main quite a few times here.
Okay, he dodged a flash.
Yeah, they dodged that real
This is
well.
false information for 100 Thieves. Maybe looking to try to get this orb so Cryocells could get a res ready. And Asana's making noise. There's that second flash as it pops up. Okay, now it's identified. But Aspas doesn't care. Doesn't even need to activate the dash. Misses the shot and finally updrafts away. But uses the updraft instead of the dash so they can go for the repeat. Meanwhile, though, there is pressure towards mid as less falls. Mid now for the taking, 400 Thieves, but they decide to fall back for a full push. Here's the off angle from Stellar. Trap now being broken off or being picked up. So now Sadak falls back with Kawadzine. This might be a perfect timing for 100 Thieves to get the backstab. But meanwhile, Aspas has rotated back towards A heaven. 30 seconds left on the clock. There's a flash from the info. The counter flash out from Derek. But the off angle forward position from Kawadzine to hold up towards the A site. Then the peek from Sadak. And it's looking too strong now for Loud. Getting shot from the sides every single time. 17 seconds left. The fight in from Cryo. And the op shot comes in. I don't think we're going to res here. I think we have to counter losses. We definitely have to counter losses now.
Yeah.
Spike is down, 5 seconds left. The round's going to come in for Loud.
Not too much money on the side. 100 Thieves there. Should be able to get a buy-in, I believe, for some of them. But this hero rifle for Cryo, we'll have to see where it goes and how they work it. That operator able to do quite a bit once they know that Aspas has it and just being able to shut down. The one big thing on that was Kawadzine re-flashing that boom bot missing just a few seconds later to re-identify that location. And that really put 100 Thieves on the radar for Loud to be able to shut them down. A little timeout here called by Mike's HD. 100 Thieves will have a decent amount of money to get a purchase here, but this one could be tough. 2,900 if they get it next round. For the max loss, they only get about 3,000 credits. So could see Loud running away with a lot of rounds. And at 9-7, not a lot of rounds, Van Silly.
I mean, if you still want to be a scoreboard Stevens, looking at how these maps have been played for 100 Thieves, they had a narrow win against Crew Esports 13-11, and then the OT win against Sentinels 14-12. Remember that death clutch that he forced us into OT against 100 Thieves until finally 100 Thieves were able to win that map. So seeing a 9-7 still very doable here. If you're sitting on the edge of your seat watching this game here in the Riot Arena, it is still doable so far for 100 Thieves, and let's see what comes out of this timeout.
And a really big game, as you at this point are shooting for playoffs. They're right on that cut. They need to just get up a little bit more, make sure it feels good to secure it. And also the wins help. Everybody likes to see those in the left column. Not too many, actually not too many. Kalanzine is right around Seekers here. So I don't think we'll see too many ults this round, as we do have a big A focus coming from 100 Thieves. Maybe the first kind of dash into the site.
Oh, but Aspas is already there with the operator. Here comes 3 of them moving up, and Asuna gets the drive-by kill. Satchel in. There's a res available, so that's why 100 Thieves wants to move in very aggressively into the A site. That's 2 kills now for the Thieves. Kalanzine trying to fight for his life in the back of map. Go gets a second for his own. And just like that, it's a 3 versus 2. The advantage for the attack as they go for the plan for heaven.
Little trip they have to head through here.
Identified jumped over.
Yeah, probably, but then you just don't want to jump into someone's crosshairs.
That is also true.
Just skeet shooting somebody out of the air.
We are using utility for Loud to re-clear towards the site. Counter flash out from Derek going deep. And Stellar still holding up towards heaven. Close range Shorty does get the kill. The headshot on the 2Es. And Derek answers back to avenge Stellar. And that's a huge victory coming out of the timeout for 100 Thieves.
That's very big. Economy-wise, confidence-wise, and 100 Thieves are ults online as we come into this round 18. A setup from Loud may just be outside the site so they can play retake and not get damaged by a lot of these. So you already see passive play towards B maybe to start, get the stars set up. And Loud is going to be ready for everything this round. Now it's just a lurk for Stellar.
Yeah.
See if he'll actually try to get the guiding lights to tag him, right? Make sure that Loud knows somebody's there. No, he's playing far back. He actually wants to still dodge those.
It's weird buy from Loud as well.
Yeah, their money's been going up and down a little bit because the amount of times 100 Thieves able to get a few members down hurts those buys. Oh, this is
range judge. Aspas with the first blood, and we tried to go for the wall res.
So smart. And it's a normal spot that Sadak plays, right? But you see just how many times that spot can become very pivotal.
Yeah.
There on the res. They're going to back up. Yeah, nobody wants that crossfire. As the Seekers come out, they realize somebody's still down on that B main. Okay, Les.
Spike down mid.
Don't worry about it. He's got mid covered. The low buy not really seeming to hurt Loud here. And they just shut 100 Thieves down. This has been, I think this has been a big story of the series going in Loud's favor, is that they're able to just stop 100 Thieves after the 1 round they get back. 100 Thieves cannot string these together for some reason.
So 2Es on a judge from B to Sadak on a judge on A. And that's 2 judge kills. A long range one after, but thankfully he has the paint shells.
Wow.
To put Austin on a solo mission. The weapon's still weak here. It's still doable. Jink through the wall. Whew. You can break the crosshair placement on a rifle, but not on a judge. Sadak's having a blast.
little cheeky little smile. Oh my word. Yeah, they feel very in control of this at this point with the money going down. Look at crosshair placement. God, he's a robot. They're having fun. Absolutely enjoying themselves. 5 ults here for 100 Thieves. Stinger round to come around.
Yeah, that's it. They didn't use any of them. Couldn't in the previous round.
Loud is taking you down too quick. Right? How severe can the round become before you use an ultimate? Usually it's only losing a few members of the team.
But you have an opportunity to go very aggressive now because you have these ults around this buy. A couple of stingers.
Yeah.
Rifle for Bang. That's the strongest weapon that they have into this round. It's 4 of them prepped up to work towards this B site. While Stellar is looking for timing on the A extremity. Nice, grabbed it well to prevent Asuna from getting too much space towards this B site.
Showstopper retake to come in too. They need to get some ground. This is great space cleared by Asuna here if they can keep this backside covered.
Instant heal. Counter Showstopper coming out from the top. Fully flashes Sadak. And look at Stellar with that lurk. Oh, but it's a stinger. Asuna still manages to get the kill though, so this is great ground gained for 100 Thieves until Aspas answers back. An op in the face of Cryocells. 4 versus 4. The retake now comes in towards this B site. The tap onto the spike. The shot missed.
Derek.
And Derek comes in for the lurk from behind. We haven't really gotten onto the spike yet.
They got the op.
As Les is down towards Hell. Flex out to the second kill, but now it's a 2 versus 1. And things are looking really good now for 100 Thieves after all. A 2 versus 1 where we're only tapped towards the spike.
Okay.
Wasn't even halfway. And a round will come in for 100 Thieves. Even Stellar with the kill. And we are fighting right back with the lower buy, this time for the attack. 100
Thieves now delivering that medicine back to Loud. Getting a little funky there with the rifle to op switch on full retake. But hey, you can't dog it. They win the round, right? You didn't try it. You're the one that they're the ones that won. Now 10-9 now. And a few of those ultimates were used, but even better, 100 Thieves has more to use. Still, that battle res can come out. And the earlier they can get to use Cypher ult, more impact you're going to have. So if we can get a lurk out of Stellar, that would be gigantic. Already towards the A side, denying guiding light hits. A lot of pressure from Asuna towards that mid side of the map. Spike was in hand, which a little sketchy, but I guess they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're on it.
Destroyed.
Just to try to make the movement to waste the utility early towards mid. Meanwhile, though, Aspas pushing all the way up with the Phantom. Dinked the 140 damage. Aspas is chasing after it with the dash. Dashing away, looking back. The support to come in and Cells to help him. And will also be able to give the heal up to Stellar. After that kill, also would throw the hat out to get an information on the 4 players remaining for Loud. And that's potentially an open A site. All of 100 Thieves are moving in there right now with a late lurk from Bang. Here comes Kawadzine at the top of A Heavens, being blocked off by Nebula as 100 Thieves are moving into the site. Plotted for Heaven as well.
Gotta wait. Tui still has a ways to go here to get back onto the site. 1 star to be placed. And it looks like they're going for the 2-2 on the extremities, but they have a lurk from Bang that could be huge for 100 Thieves.
Only at 5 HP. Can he maximize the value out of that, out of this backstab? Done a very good job to keep them busy, but unfortunately the timing's off. Sadak cleared towards the site.
What?
A kill from Tui's 2, and suddenly it's back in favor of Loud on 4 versus 2. A Nebula in. Trying to get the spray. Asuna is about to get pushed on the other side. Still gets the flank.
Full defuse.
We're on the full defuse. We're on the defuse.
Wait.
But it's halfway.
No.
It's going to be enough time.
How do these rounds go back and forth? To point out why this round actually had so much control from Loud, Aspas was able to push up and find Stellar very quick, still lurking, because Stellar was dodging all those guiding lights on the side of the map for A main. That find by Aspas means, yes, they still want some dedication towards this side of the map. Loud stays. Loud's able to get a form for the retake, and that was incredible. Bang having 5 health was unfortunate in that situation. But a recheck from Les and the team was the reason they come back on that W. Still a buy for both sides, Van Silly. It's going to be that mid-pressure once again. Asuna up on front, as usual.
100 Thieves at some point had an opportunity to turn it around in their favor. Finally breaking the economy well enough for Aspas not to be able to get an operator into that previous round. This time around has a Blade Storm. Could still be as dangerous in round number 21 of this second map here on Split.
Push out of B main already.
Yeah.
You can see this is what we were talking about before, where Loud starts to identify, being able to crunch in on 100 Thieves a little bit more. And this flank, this Aspas has gotten a frag just like this before.
That's Aspas, always confident with the Blade Storm, just holding W this time. A walk W to get the backstab in. Meanwhile, though, for 100 Thieves, grouped up to go for a hit for control towards B Heavens. Slowed down by gravity
Wow,
well. Placed
this is
down by Tui.
incredible.
And here comes that backstab. Oh my god, everything's just a game of timing. And unfortunately, this time for 100 Thieves, they're split across, but Derek turns around to still get the kill. That might split off the defense here. A 4 versus 2 inside the A site, and that's
30 seconds left.
now the battle back towards B Heavens, and Derek somehow wins that one too. Cosmic Divide as we're playing behind it now.
Bang.
Does get the kill onto Less.
Player standing.
And we've opened up the A site. And 100 Thieves once again around a mixed buy of 2 Spectres and rifles. Will manage to get the plant down, even giving it to Asuna to make sure we get the showstopper later on into the rounds. Crucial rounds coming up into this map.
What a sweet, sweet round from 100 Thieves there as well. We're watching a cat and mouse game. We're like, look behind you. But they're feeling out the map too. Nobody's pressured us. Nobody's looking. Let's take this all the way to B. There is probably a flank. It was so readable by them. What an awesome strat to see. This late in the game too. This pressured, this late to pull a through spawn strategy on the defensive side. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
and to somehow Derek getting a 6th sense to be able to turn around.
Yes.
To actually stop the Blade Storm from adding so much pressure, doing some big damage on Aspas's flank with support from Kawadzine too. 2 players doing very well in this series so far.
That's a cook-up strat right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's Mike's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my word. 10 to 11 now. Yeah, 100 Thieves showing a little bit of life there in economy as well as the pressure in which they're taking the last few rounds. It's Loud now coming up upon them to figure out how to stop this attack. Their defense was the one that was strong before. Now we're looking at 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
To get into the site and how Loud's going to stop that, honestly.
Swing round comes back in favor of 100 Thieves here. Once again, Blade Storm ineffective for Aspas this round. No operator. So a little bit of room to breathe. But still a rifle versus rifle as we have aggression towards the A main to start things off. Already being pushed back or allowed by the utility of 100 Thieves, taking control of A ramp.
This is one of the rounds Loud wanted to take that space. So perfectly played by 100 Thieves, and they're going into heaven.
Oh, the boom blind clears it up, and Asuna gets the first blood. Now towards the back of the site, the 2 players are still waiting there. The satchel in, full blinded, somehow lands to get the headshot on the Kawadzine. Aspas pushes in, but it gets avenged by Bang. And once again, 100 Thieves, a very fast push towards the A site, and they get the plant down.
In unstoppable mode on that take right there. Everyone forward, scaling the site as fast as can be, and now 2 in heaven to retake. Less in Tui's with a tall task here.
Toxin screen down.
I was going to say a flank coming in from Stellar, but looks like he's going to hold on to that A main position.
Might even be an exactly. It might even an opportunity for 100 Thieves to maybe go for the hunt.
They have the money. Most of them, at least.
They have the money. They have the res. And already the crowd behind 100 Thieves has come back to tie up the game 11 to 11. It's also up to their crowd to potentially make that wish to see if we could see the 3rd map in this series between 100 Thieves and Loud. As it looks to be safe for less than Tui's. They'll manage to salvage a Vandal and a Phantom. To round 23.
You say Van's 9-7 doesn't look that bad, doesn't look that far away. 100 Thieves always plays close games, something like that?
On this map? Definitely. Definitely.
Something like that. Man, these last few rounds look so drilled. And by that, I mean that there was no hesitation by any player. At the time they were supposed to smoke, flash, or jump forward, everyone did. And that's what a strat looks like when it comes together beautifully. A timeout will be called here by Fraud. Loud's going to go ahead and chat it up. And this was what I was alluding to before. The game was in Loud's hands. They were dictating it from that defensive side, and we just saw the switch. Now it's Loud figuring out how to defend, and I think that's a little bit of the information that they're getting right now.
Yeah. So a big call coming out from Fraud once again. One of the rare moments. Aspas cold as ice. Leaning back once again, but as I was trying to get to and allude to, we didn't have too many eco opportunities for Loud. They've been in the driver's seat pretty much this whole series, but also 1 in 2 in terms of the ecos that they were able to bring in. Think about back on that thrift that they had in this very map. On that 2nd round, still able to answer back on a pistol round win by 100 Thieves. We're still not out of this yet here for the attack side.
What's plaguing Loud right now is they are 1 and 5 on the retakes right now. So that's going to be a little bit tough when 100 Thieves has been getting into the site. Getting that spike down. They are figuring out ways, Stellar commanding the squad right now on how to get these rounds capitalized on. 2 gates go out. Loud running the same setup defensively that they did last round, but they are not pushing up with the Trailblazer guiding light here with Aspas and Kawanzin. Those Sheriffs and Shorty will keep them back on their heels. Could be a few good shots, though, if they actually walk into this little crossfire, but eventually they both go down. How much damage can they do is the question.
So they'll spot Aspas with the Shorty, the showstopper, up towards the air. We dash away. So it's wasted by Asuna, but at least there's some damage being done. No opportunity for Kawanzin to get the heal up yet because they're under heavy pressure towards this A site. Shorty once again behind the map. And Aspas does get that kill despite now falls. Somehow we've rotated across here for Loud.
There.
And it's a disadvantage for 100 Thieves now. Sadak with the judge. The ding got the bang, but Aspas with the save somehow. The first point of contact being Aspas with the Shorty. Comes in and still get the last kill, stays alive inside the A site. And it becomes a match point and series point here for Loud.
He does it all. 100 Thieves were ready to commit a showstopper to that round, and Aspas just does a quick dodge. Deletes one of the most impactful ultimates that we have right now in this game, and they continue to win the round on a thrifty. That is absurd. 100 Thieves dropping the ball on that one, and Loud just picking it up with a swish. This is going to be now round 24, game point for Loud. Split has been a plague for them, a thorn in their side. And now they look to capitalize on a win with 5 more kills.
And that's an operator in the hands of Aspas for this last round of regulation too. On an off angle on towards the A ramp, 100 Thieves looking to pressure back towards mid. Finding no information as of yet. Waiting for utility for Tui's to fall down from this Viper. We're trying to bait things out. The judge coming out from Sadak into the B main. Tui's in an off angle on top of the boxes across. As a flash blinds him. And off this ult, are we committing? No, not yet. The pressure's coming back towards the top B side.
Oh, is it enough? Ropes?
There's one on the ropes. And that's Sadak falling down. Still gets a kill, the headshot, the bang. Traded back by Asuna. Now gets another kill through the cages.
4v3.
As the Seekers come out, yes, it's a 4v3. And the operator's out there, but the corner's not checked. The spike is down. But we still have the res available for cryocells. The fight's about to come across from Aspas, but thankfully for 100 Thieves, they're looking to push us into overtime. The upshot misses, so we have the res. 26 seconds left onto the round, and this may be the clear now for the safe plan for 100 Thieves. Aspas looking for the hero play. No aura this time, it's all up to him. Flash to give his position away. The push shot from Asuna. 4K into the round. Wow. And we push this into the extra innings.
We are going a few more, ladies and gentlemen. 12 to 12 for 100 Thieves and Loud. 100 Thieves pick up Split right now, and they're looking to get this over to Haven, where both teams are 3-0. It's going to take a hell of a few rounds from 100 Thieves here. This is where, like I said, you get Loud mad, you get Loud angry. Whew. You almost can't look at Aspas, I'll turn you to stone. 100 Thieves with the timeout here. This means a lot. We talked about playoffs, Fan Silly. They're right around the corner. Every win right now is so necessary. I mean, Loud would love it, but if you're not Loud, that every win is necessary.
Oh, yeah. Listen to the crowd. Behind 100 Thieves, timeout being called off the rip by Mike's to try to figure out what they could do here on the first round of overtime.
Man, if you're a player right now, I'm like, just get me back in. Get me back in there. Start the round.
The fans wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Hit that button.
We're awake and ready.
That go button.
But look at all the faces from all of these players. Cool, calm. Not failing under the pressure at all.
Leaning back. Leaning back. Tui's there. We're getting prepared. We are back on to Split for our overtime rounds. 400 Thieves. Possible chance to pull this into a Haven in our best of 3. Different setup for Stellar's utility there towards A, and they're actually going to stack 3 on the site. This is different from 100 Thieves. They're going to go aggressive.
And remember, when we actually had the economy right, 400 Thieves on the defensive half, that's where they're able to make that comeback. This time around for the OT, you have all that weaponry available, but one player less already off the rip into this round as Kawadzin gets the kill onto Asuna. Looking to react right away. Loud is taking control of towards the A ramp. 100 Thieves falling back for the defense, but not committed yet are Loud. We are playing the longer game into this round.
Yeah, Tui's is over by Ramen right now. Hasn't really gained any ground, so they'll have to retake mid. 100 Thieves hasn't really checked too much either, so this is all up to reactive play right now.
Somehow off that beginning fight, Kawadzin made it alive with only 1 HP.
Oh my gosh.
Gravity well to stop that push. The crossfire is being set up. Nebula to come out here on the top of the B heavens. Trying to block the view, but 2 players fall down.
Oh no,
Cross cells had the wall up in his hands, but Snow's there for the save.
Spike down B.
Not long before, though, all the rest of Loud are moving in towards this B site. After they're pressured and broken down the walls of the defensive side of 100 Thieves on the B site. All up to Derek on a 3 versus 1 clutch. The spike is planted safely, so Loud has to stay committed inside of this site, but they have all of the crossfires set up. The jump spot here now spotted. Derek couldn't get the kill. Forces out the grab well, and that allows Aspas to get into a great position. And still gets the kill with the Blade Storm. Once again, Loud are back at series point.
And Mel talked a little bit about what we just saw on the desk. It was more towards A when she referenced it, the double duelist coming into an area. But you saw how quick Loud just took B heaven with Raze and Jet. It was almost impossible to stop you. Anywhere those double duelists go, it is going to be Michael Bay explosive, okay? Real bad. So you got to get out of there, got to get safe. They come up big on that round. Now 1 away from taking this series with a 2-0. Loud with the operator on Aspas here for overtime.
The glass cannon. Once again in that same position in that round 24 regulation. Was checked before, this time from even a Trailblazer to solidify that position. And that's a great hit from that Trailblazer to force out the early dash.
Even more, that's permanent damage there unless you can get the Kawadzin because no armor. So Aspas lower than he wants to be right now.
Recalled smoke. Less decide not to challenge it, fall back into the B site. 100 Thieves are still staying very quiet now.
Not ready yet.
See if they can blast into B heaven here with some utility. It looks like a fake back towards A in the end though, Vans. They slow play this, but they got the numbers in their favor.
It's still going to be Aspas towards the back of A heaven with that operator.
How can they block
setting
him?
his sights here towards the boxes, and they block it with the Nebula, but it still pushes in the front. Now with no dash, he cannot re-peek. 36 seconds left into the round. Aspas under heavy pressure out towards screens. Another op shot misses, but 100 Thieves have made it into the round, and the heal comes up once again as the plant comes down for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Aspas back to 100. That's a great call. They finally get him topped up, and the 5v5 begins.
Flooding up towards A heaven. Couple of sprays through the toxic screen, back and forth, flashes on both ends, but it's still 100 Thieves with the first blood. All thanks to Derek. Aspas still under heavy pressure, cannot get any value out of this operator. As the players from Loud are looking for the timing. Bang gets the kill inside the smoke. 1 hour to go. As Tui's is stuck in a 5 versus 1.
Oh my gosh.
Spotted, and now Bang comes in. A flawless round for 100 Thieves. The fans behind as we go into overtime 2.
Really incredible way to source out Aspas on that, or even that spawn position. If it wasn't Aspas, they made him basically hatch that Raze grenade. He was right on top of it when it went off. Down to 42 health before he even saw a member of 100 Thieves and required the heal. 100 Thieves had a really great strategy on that round to just get around and chip damage their opponents. Now back on defense, Loud to bring that attack pressure back into the map. Set up on their main kind of 1-3-1 right now towards mid. The majority of the time they've gone through vent on this strategy, but they'll meet Asuna and Cypher Trips here if they decide to go that way.
Flash then coming out on the attack. The slow orb not needed yet. The first one was a gravity well on the defense, placed up by Bang. So now we're just trying to make that noise, waste that utility early for Loud. Trailblazer to clear out towards the top of heaven. Even towards the back of the staircase of spawn.
Tui's can see the wall in B now. Breaks the wall B for added pressure, and the team knows where Sage is. I don't think they actually saw that was Bang, but Bang can be anywhere on Astra. So identifying the map right now for Loud.
That right here, 2 players holding under the vents. As the wall was broken, yes, they understand the pressure. So for 100 Thieves, they regain position back towards mid. But for Loud, grouping together, looking for a B-side hit. Tailwind activated for Aspas. Pain shells coming in, and Bang gets hit through the smoke. Cross on the back of the site. Les watching that flank, but not watching for the second one. As Cryo is safe at least from the Nova Pulse. The head shoved it onto Sadak. Cryo under still heavy pressure. The smoke's about to dissipate. Still gets these 2 kills. Back to a 1v1. Cryo sells at half HP. Aspas on a 1v1 right across the corner. And we're dancing and weaving, but it's still going to be Aspas.
Wow.
Once again, the heroic play from Loud. As it take the lead once again.
It looked like it came together there for 100 Thieves. Bang being able to get stars in there to help out Cryo on the back of the site. The rest of the team taking down their 1v1s or even multi-kills. And it's Aspas once again, 33 and 17. Les is 18 and 17 right behind him, so you can see this is Aspas's day right now. That hero aura is flexing. That aura where you can make your opponents move, use utility on you, or even call 2 members to have to guard you. Aspas has that kind of impact right now, and usually does from game to game. On 100 Thieves now to bring this one back in. It's Loud call the timeout. To get some words from Fraud, as Mike's HD has the same.
Yeah, and so far as we were looking through the overtime rounds, not too much pressure coming out from the Thieves at the beginning towards the B site. More control towards mid. Some RAM control as well at the earlier rounds before. Is that going to be the call? Add that pressure there, trying to find where we could get the max value of potentially an operator coming out of Aspas once again. Because remember the last time when they're on defense, the 100 Thieves did a great job in terms of utility to block those line of sights so that Aspas cannot get those picks with that operator.
I think we see a little bit more of that. Right, you can't. The thing that's actually counters going fast is an operator. You hold a hard angle, you watch them swing around and shoot and leave, reposition and do it again. Aspas, we know, not repositioning very often. He'll take another peek, but yeah, he'll be doing that over and over.
Yeah, repositions it to the same spot for a kill.
Same spot, exactly. Exactly. It should have been a bingo slot.
And speaking of same spots, he's looking back into the control of the A ramp. This time, not as aggressive as it was before. So nothing really changes early for Loud's positioning.
Gets away from the identification of the Trailblazer too.
There's a lot of util being held and used actually on the A side.
Little help from Kawazine, guarding lights across the map to retake control of positions. Stellar's leaving the camera work right now, so we can see this is going to be a mid to B play overall unless something drastic happens and it's full through vents. Patient play by Cryo here. And they have had a hard time dislodging Tui's in this B site, whether he's playing up on the boxes in the corner or a crossfire with somebody. So we'll see how that goes too.
Saw that the Boombots kissed up towards mid-ramp. Les hiding inside of this nebula, spraying across.
Oh my gosh!
It's a dock onto the other one. This might be it right here for 100 Thieves as they're falling behind by 2 players into this round. 2 players now double peeking towards B main. The wall comes up, the star on the ground on the defense. The wall gets broken for Sadat to get the kill. It's all up to Cryo cells inside B. The late support from Derek out towards B main.
1 enemy remaining. 30
Just like that,
left.
it has to be an ace clutch. And it's not gonna happen. The flawless round.